Go through the same shit every night. You always swear that it's gonna change, but it never does. You only say you love me when you're high. It's like we go through the same shit every night. You always swear that shit's gonna change, but it never does. Tell me that you're gonna change and act like this instead. I'm too old to want somebody's always switching up the friends. I can make you love me, but at least you could pretend. Just won't leave the fence until I'm fucked out of my head. Play the same old songs. I know that you're different in your Air Force Ones. Put on my prescription, I could bite your tongue. Like I got an addiction, yeah, you always say this shit's gonna change, but it never does. You only say you love me when you're high. It's like we go through the same shit every night. You always swear that it's gonna change, but it never does. You only say you love me when you're high. It's like we go through the same shit every night. You always swear that shit's gonna change, but it never does. I know it's my fault. I pick up your phone call when it's 1:30 and you're halfway drunk. You say you love me and it sounds so dumb, but you're the only one I can run away from. The same old songs. I know that you're different in your Air Force Ones. Put on in my prescription, I could bite your tongue. Like I got an addiction, yeah, you always say this shit's gonna change, but it never does. You only say you love me when you're high. It's like we go through the same shit every night. You always swear that it's gonna change, but it never does. You only say you love me when you're high. It's like we go through the same shit every night. You always swear that shit's gonna change, but it never does. You always swear that shit's gonna change, but it never. I'm a god, 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 I'm a god.
I have overinvested by a lot.
I have come in the name of Jesus. I have come in the fathership degree. I am a God, as Jesus said, ye are gods. I am that one, the I am that I am.
Can devs do something?
Hey, traders. Happy Saturday. Good to see y'all. Just going live for a minute to just look at, crypto for y'all and kind of assess what's happened in the past 24 hours and what could be in store for us in the next 24 hours, right? Just starting with a 60-minute chart. Each Japanese candlestick represents 1 hour on this one. And I don't know, I just screwing around, plotted a little channel here and just want to look at the respect of the heart line of the channel. It's unreal, right? Just anchor point 1, 2, and 3 on the top, and then just 1 on the bottom. And when you plot it that way, support, and only resistance. So you gotta admire that at least. I don't know. Again, it was just screwing around. We had a rally that took you up to $38,750. I mean, in the past 3 hours, and you pulled back, like $650, and it's just only after hitting that heart line again. 60 minute is showing. It seems like maybe a little bit of MACD classic bearish divergence. I really just don't know how much you can weigh that though. It's such an insignificant time scale. I just wanted to start because I thought it was cool, and I like, that's me, like charts, and I like respective heart lines and channels and stuff. So cool. You are approaching though. I mean, like if you keep this up, you'll soon be testing that major supply line from the all-time high around 39,638. If we keep going at this pace, it's going to be around there. It'll be well below 40K, right? Even if you go straight up in 5 seconds, it will still, you'll test the supply line before you would even be able to test the major inflection zone from history. We know how important that level is, 40 to 42K. So yeah, just meandering on up. And then you've got the 4 hour that, really not showing us much of anything. What kind of candle is this? It's nothing, dude. It's not. It could very well, before the day closes, it could be something completely different than what it is right now. But you definitely have some major supply up here. It seems like on the weekend. Maybe major for the weekend. There's supply up there, so that's why it pulled back so hard. And I've got an alert set up on the 4 hour RSI, and if I ever hear that beep, it'll be the highest relative strength Bitcoin seen for the year of 2022. You're getting there. You're getting close. Are we back above 60 yet on that RSI? No, we're very, very close. Like, look what happened last time. You got like 59 and reversed. Look, you get above 60 briefly, you reverse. I mean, that's like bearish tendencies, right? I mean, you get above 60 and you do not last long above 60, right? We need to see something like you get above 60 and you stay above it. That's really, if you want some sort of stronger rally or something, that's got to happen, and just hasn't. I mean, think about Bitcoin on the 4 hour has not been bought since December 24th, Christmas Eve.
El Rey, much love.
What's up, Copper
Even
Crypto?
when we are low.
Thanks, man. Yeah, enjoy some nice run coffee. Yeah, he's got his own variation if he wants to advertise. He can by tipping the stream. That was an old thing. I mean, that's like years ago. So thanks, dude. And I'm drinking some of that right now. It's really good. Cheers. So we got good decibels. You'll kind of understand what's going on. It's very insignificant price action. It's very light volume. It is the weekend, so you just can't really, expect much. I mean, like you would expect maybe some more, during the week, higher volume moves, maybe larger impulses, and on the weekend, it's almost like just everyone's taking off, man. They're spending time with their friends and family, so except us. We're still here just looking at it, doing something. As we have less than an hour till your daily candle close, and we go to that daily to see what it looks like. Daily just gonna make the highest daily candle close since January 20th. That's very, very just tight price action, right? I mean, it's very methodical, but there's something that is, and this is gonna change if the price action just craps out here. This won't happen, but I did tweet about it. People have been all over Discord, Dalt and others. They've been monitoring this RSI downtrend you've been in for multiple months since October. If the price action was to, be good, follow through, you don't get rejected here, you don't start dumping massively immediately, you have, listen to me, without confirmation, you are attempting a breakout of an RSI downtrend. Again, anchor point from October, and then just another anchor point from December 27th. Remember, that was around the last time we were overbought on the 4-hour. And here you are. You're trying to breach that very quietly, very subtly. And again, it may literally fail miserably if you do not catch some more bids. I mean, even today, like if you start dumping with 47 minutes to go, this could end up just getting rejected and you start selling off again. So, I mean, just remember though, we had an 8-month downtrend on the RSI this summer. Well, I mean, it started in January 2021 and then, May crash and all that. And then something happened. You eventually broke out July 21st. That was that $30,000 bottom. That was literally the bottom. You broke that and you went on a tremendous run to see eventually all-time high $69,000. So, these RSI downtrends are real. I mean, this is just such a recent example of the RSI downtrends. And so I think you're attempting to break one now, and that's normally okay. That's like not bearish. It's like, wow, that's what I'm saying on my tweet. It's like you've got some hopium to smoke, because that's about all it is, really. It's not like, I mean, is it really actionable? I don't know if it's really actionable, but it's just something that, just like, a bullish engulfing candle occurs. I'm gonna report it. It's like it is existing. It is happening. I don't know if it's gonna play out. I'm not acting like I do know. I'm just, again, for you, that's what I do. So you can go enjoy your Saturday or whatever, and then come back to the stream when it's over and rewatch it. And, okay, I didn't really even pay attention to that. Thanks. Whatever. That's what this is. So also, right, not just that RSI, you're beginning to build positive momentum again. Today is the first level of positive memo on the histogram again, since you had that pathetic rally in mid-January. So let's see what this can turn into. Like if the RSI downtrend's breaking, there could be a more significant rally. And if you have help from the index funds on Monday, I really think this is going to rally you to maybe $40,000, right? It's just like, you're kind of seeing the markets being put against a wall here, like with the index funds so violently dumping down 20% roughly from their all-time highs. But they're at critical, well, not all of them, but let's just say like the Dow Jones and the S&P and kind of the NASDAQ are like sitting, they've hit critical supports. They've fallen below some, but they've hit other critical supports and they've held. Like Friday, you had a really strong impulse candle, but remember the daily relative strength on some of these index funds hit like the lower levels they saw at the COVID crash lows. So that's like insanely oversold. So you just think about being so insanely oversold in such a short period of time while testing inflection points or supports. It is very reasonable to believe that some sort of reflexive relief rally could come in at those levels just to reset the oscillators, make a lower high and previous high, then dump again. But that will bode well for Bitcoin just inherently because of how, if you watch Bitcoin intraday while the stock market's open, 5 minutes already, you can see how synced up Bitcoin is to like the S&P 500. I mean, it is extremely correlated in price action, high beta right now. So you just, you do a little bit of the critical thinking that if that's going on, Bitcoin's doing these things on the daily potentially, right? And also it's all happening only after, right? Bitcoin has lost 88% of its value from that June low to the all-time high. So like the argument is not really like the strongest. Like we don't have like major bullish divergence on multiple time scales. The weekly's kind of trash. You're below those candle high closes from history. But again, it's like it can go as far as saying, here's some hopium for you so you don't have to feel so bad. You're just starting to get to levels where major reactions can occur. I mean, major reactions at 886 is where you can break supply lines and you can rally up to, higher prices. And it doesn't mean that like the trend's truly reversing. It just means Reaction rallies, reflexive rallies can't occur down here, okay? That's kind of it. Trying to keep this grounded so people don't get like freaked out and expect all these things. It's not like that. Oh, my bad, dude. So the problem is I still can't hear my TTS, so crap. White slipper, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to interrupt your TTS. Let's see. What I think about One Earth. Oh, God. One Earth coin. He says, go Bills. Hashtag robbed. I mean, yeah, the Bills, that was one of the most insane final 5 minutes of football I've ever seen, college or pro. I don't think I've ever seen a game like that. The Bills and the Chiefs. That was crazy, dude. It sucks that you got the short end of the stick, you know. I think, like, if they didn't, I guess you could say they ran, if they didn't run out of time, but they did, then they go to like overtime, and then it was just like, you know, both offenses were just so effing efficient and good. Like the defenses, it was just like in NBA basketball, there is no defense. It's just like, we just got to let them play, man, because they're too effing good, right? Like that Hill guy, fastest guy in the NFL, he was insane. Anyway, thanks, White Slipper, dude. Like if they had another possession, they probably would have scored. They probably would have tied it back up, you know what I'm saying? Two good teams. Let's see. Insane offense. Okay, anyway. And there's rumors Tom Brady's retiring, but then there's like new rumors coming out. His dad is saying he's not retiring. So I think we all need to wait. Right, I think. I mean, unless something's changed already again. You know, it's... Here's your Ethereum. Nice bullish engulfing candle confirmed yesterday. What our idea was, TA Tetris, right? You know, it could take a while and it may not play out, but you just think in this such a perfect, well-established, legendary downtrend that after shifting momentum at 78% retraces from your June lows, you're thinking that it's very possible that this could this could be the beginning or the midpoint of like a larger wave up, just like the large wave down from X to A. You get
what a brutally painful price action.
Wave up.
Chiefs thank the Bills for by squib kicking after the last TD.
I have no idea when the TTS stops, dude. Chiefs thank the Bills for the squib kick. Yep, for sure. I still don't know if they would have been denied, you know. Thank you, dude, for the 21-21 no request. All right, because, you know, requests will keep the Saturday streams going, dude, right? I mean, yeah. Otherwise, they normally just end up being really short after I get done with the analysis. There's not even stocks to look at. I mean, there's not, you know, the stock market's not open. Commodities, Forex all closed. So it's like, all we can do is look at S coins. Okay, so that's Ethereum. Nothing's changed except it's up a little bit more than it was yesterday, and that's cool, but it's so much work to do. So much has to happen for this idea to actually play out, and that's going to literally require Bitcoin to continue its little rally. I mean, it could just be getting rejected and could be just topping out here on the 4 hour. I mean, there's always that possibility, right? Where you make like one high, you sell off, and you attempt to rally, and it's pathetic. And then it's just like a lower high than the previous high. And then you know what happens, right? Then all of a sudden, this idea starts becoming real. Like where you just, okay, that was stupid, you know, all right, let's go to the 886, let's make an M or something. Like you're just hoping this continues up, and then it ends up being the X, the A, the B, the C, and then the D up here around 42, 43. Yeah. Yeah, and NFR just said brutally painful price action. I mean, you know, it's the weekend, so like, are you really doing anything? You really like, everyone wants a pump, but just, what's up, Nick, dude? We got a session Top Jesus now, or a new one, at least for super chat.
Nick Haslam super chatted $38.98. FTM please
Thank you,
me.
Nick, man.
$1.41 still on the cards.
Thank you, Nick, dude. We will look at FTM, all right? For sure. So yeah, just this is your typical weekend stuff. So 4 hour daily, 4 hour I guess we can look at the weekly. I guess is something important to talk about at least. So you see what it's doing. Why I said the weekly is not even really that great. You know, if you break and close above 39K, it will be a little bit of hope. I think the weekly would be a little bit better. You know, the problem is it's regarding like the January high, candle high close, and June high close. It's regarding both of them as resistance currently. Like, and if you closed right now, you would be rejecting both those prices, or just you would be closing below both those prices, which would be the first time it's done that. Since the dump, since the correction, which is not good, really. I mean, that means, well, you got a lot of downside, maybe, right? Yeah, you see these other, 32 to 50. So yeah, that's the weekly. Negative Momo still building. You're still in that bearish control zone, barely. Hopefully, you can get back out of it. Dang, dude, Alabama beat Baylor in basketball. Let's go. Fantastic. At one time, Baylor was #1. That's awesome, man. That just happened. Okay. What a scrub candle, right? Did someone FOMO in on that, man? They just got wrecked. Holy crap. It's down about $750 from the high of the day today.
Kangs.
So hot, Carl. Can we look at D's? D's. If I was a different streamer, I would have said it, you know. Just can't do it here anyway. Okay, let's take a look at
Gentlemen.
I like turtles.
totals, chat. Totals still below the level we need it to be above, right? Just like Bitcoin's below levels we need it to be above. And maybe if you can break 1.78 trillion, some good things can happen. But clearly you can see the heartline respect here is extremely nice, right? It's like support, support, kind of just like resistance, 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 then support. And now resistance and resistance. You've got to break the heart line of this downsloping channel at the same time as breaking the inflection point back from February. You know, those are really important things. The only thing I could say, you know, is like maybe we're like gonna be blessed and we'll catch some bids with that, you know, just because the stock market's so oversold. Maybe it recovers some, but you know, you're below this level. You are not above it. The only like thing that's okay is like you made a low. You've rallied, you've sold off, and you've made a substantially higher low than the previous low. I mean, somewhat marginally higher, I guess. So you think if it's the wave, right? The X, the A, the B, the C, then the C pivots, and then the larger wave occurs that takes you up to probably like 1.9 to 2 trillion for an 886 of a bullish or a bearish bat pattern, right? It's just wave analysis, but none of that's happened yet. We don't even know if this was the C to D wave yet. You haven't really caught much follow through. I mean, it could always just be a stupid bear flag of some sort, right? I mean, it could be gross. Because we know, like, all you're doing is back testing old support, resistance, resistance, support as resistance again, and a downtrend. That is normally bearish behavior where that's just like technically kind of setting up for lower prices. So, I hope not, but that's not really, none of this is favorable price action on total for what you want. If you want to be bullish again, none of it's bullish price action. Okay, so that's total. We can go to Binance Coin that had a decent day somewhat. It was okay, and I don't know, it's just you're at the level where you should react. You're reacting. You certainly are reacting here. Like, clearly, look at it. You know, it's up somewhat, but it's so weak. I mean, like, from the high to low, it hasn't even made a 23% retrace yet. So it's just still suspect. Or you could just, I mean, it could be this. I mean, it really could just be this. You know, just like a stupid bear flag at the pattern completion zone, and could just be setting up for lower prices. I mean, that is a very pretty potential bear flag in a downtrend, right? It's real. Very real textbook bear pole bear flag combination going on BNB. Right? Flip this chart over, man. Well, we're in an uptrend, and it looks like we very, very high and tight consolidation here. Very, very nice looking. Like, if we were in an uptrend and you showed me some consolidation like this, it would be awesome. Like, it could be a continuation upward. You know, it just happened to stop maybe lower than the highs from January 10th right there. You see what I'm saying? Like, you dump, and then the consolidate, and then there's like high volume on the dump, and then just you're slightly upsloping. The volume's just decreasing as you upslope in consolidation. It's just not favorable price action yet. But that's good because, you know, if you go to the daily, you barely even reacted. So type 1 maybe. And there is no type 2, so there's no action. There's no long to take on BNB here. Remember, the momentum is not your friend right now. Momentum is lower highs, lower lows. So I just, dang man, I wish I didn't see it, but here it is, right? Am I crazy?
Nefarious Technology tipped $21.21. Blink has been leading the 3, 5, and 15 minutes moves on BTC for 4 days now. 1 week shifts, BTC has been following. If we're doing a second coin rack, let's look at KCS, KuCoin US.
Oh, thank you, Nefarious man, for the 2121. I don't know, dude. It's all whatever. I don't think Link's anything special. Clearly, we saw that from how it dumped so hard and caught up with literally everything. So, you know, I just kind of worry about BNB because it reminds me of PayPal. Just look, man. You know, just pumps up, scan a lot of charts, and I'm just like, dang, dude, I hate the way it's similar. Add a pattern completion zone. All right, I hate it, man. It's like, you're the pattern completion zone, dude, of a textbook bullish crab pattern, and this is your consolidation. That's it. That should be big time rallies here. Nope, you're just bearish consolidation. So and there's a lot more downside on PayPal too. There is no technical support until you get back above 172, or you go and see 121 to 125. You know, that's the price action you are getting on Binance Coin right now in the same trend. I mean, the trend is turned bearish, lower highs, lower lows, right? So am I crazy here to be talking about bear flags at PCZs? Yikes. Okay, BNB, and then we go to Cardano. That again, you know, it's still here, and I get it. You are at an inflection point where a massive reversal certainly could occur, because it has almost literally every single time, and it has every single time in history. Actually, it's never not eventually reversed after like testing 105 or $1 and then holding and rallying. It always goes up. But the issue is. Right, the issue is things change. Market conditions change after buying climaxes a lot. And I think you had the buying climax in September. And now we're on the other side of momentum.
$21.22. Could you look at dollar of pot stock? Double bottom at the 886? Daily is more historical data than the 4 hours.
Oh, we will do that, Valley Bet. Thank you for the 2122, my man. Thanks for your service. Kings, dude. Well, look. But just getting back to Cardano for a minute, second, whatever. Right? Your trend has changed, right? You're not doing this trend anymore. This was a trend. It was the higher highs, higher lows all the time. Bullish patterns develop, and they would type 2 return, and they'd play out, right? Now it's the lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Then double topping. After confirming what was once resistance from history is resistance again. And now you're just hugging the support. You're sitting there. Remember, the trend is not doing the same thing anymore since September 2nd. So it just, to me, almost smells like a rat, where there is absorption of remaining demand from sellers. And once the absorption of remaining demand is complete, massive markdown to really a lot lower, like 38, 40 cents. If the bear flag on BNB is real, that could very well be happening, you know, I mean, like, because that's probably bad for all crypto. I mean, let's be real, the 4-hour consolidation on Bitcoin's really not promising. It's really not great or anything. There's no V-shape. It's just massive impulse down and then just low volume consolidation, meandering on up, like in bear trends. That's what happens. So Cardano and then Sol, which Soul gonna get passed by something? Probably. It just keeps up. Yeah, congratulations on it. Maybe develop. Inverse hedge. I'm seeing this little momentum shifting pattern across the market where the lowest low, then the higher low, and there's a neckline. It's there. I mean, you could be painting it, but the context is kind of terrible. Like, I'd be looking for something like this at an 88% retrace in a correction. Like, I just don't think you're looking for 886s at 618s in the middle of nowhere kind of. Yeah, it tested this one high from August. I don't think that's going to hold, man. I think you will eventually see on SOL $56 to $50. I think if you're just patient and you wait, you will see lower prices. You will get a better sale on SOL than where you are right now. I just don't I don't trust this one as far as I can throw it. Okay. It certainly could rally to test 120, 125, just to test resistance or support as resistance for the first time literally ever. That can happen off this, but at the same time, it'll do that and just make a substantially lower high than your previous discernible swing highs and then dump again to lower prices. So I get it though. Yeah, it's potential inverse head and shoulders. You know how small the pattern is. You know how insignificant this structure is. And dude, when patterns are this small, the reliability is just not that high. It's 8-day large structure after a very bearish impulse, and you just getting the major levels down here. Okay. What's up,
Sand
Joe?
on 1D when you get the chance, please, Kang.
Sand? Yeah, we'll look at sand, dude. Thank you, man. Kangs. So, for fun, just because it's the weekend and you will be rewarded for being here. Here's XRP at its own 886. We looked at this yesterday. The jeopardy of accumulation. You are in jeopardy of the argument being done that there is accumulation. There is certain distribution going on now, right? The high, buying climax April, and then a lower high May 7th, and then a lower high September 7th, and then a lower high November, and then another lower high Christmas. I mean, that is like distribution. But you can have distribution and accumulation, and that's like price contraction.
FD Super Chat at $66.89. Been a year since I started watching these streams. Best in the game. VRA bottom out price please if BTC goes less than 30k.
We have a new super chat, Session Top Jesus. Sorry, Nick, man. You've been one-upped. Well, I'm glad you've been watching, man. And I'm glad you're getting value out of it, right? Because you may not have been watching for that long if I wasn't providing some sort of value in your life. So thanks, dude. Appreciate the support. VRA, we'll look. Yeah, we'll look at that scenario for you, dude. Cheers. From across the pond, or across the pound, right? Anyway, you get it. Just looking at this one because it's like your 8th largest market cap crypto. I mean, it is your 5th largest crypto that's not like a stable coin or US, whatever, Tether or USDC. And Luna's after that, though. Luna's the 9th largest. Wow, 20 billion. So, I think once you fall below 58, you're probably done. I mean, I think you would mark down so bad. Right, what would happen? A failed like Bat Gartley, okay, all of a sudden turns into minimum, like, 1272 would take you down. Literally perfect. It would be perfect. If this breaks, your target on XRP will be 25 cents. If this does not hold, okay? That's your target. That's like, if this breaks, probably very fast, going straight down to 25 cents. That's it. Okay, good luck, XRP, because it's hard to have faith, man. It's hard to have faith with all these assets at some inflection points with no edge that are sitting there. Like Cardano is just sitting there, man. Okay, let's go to these requests. Not many, but try to extend some time so we can get them in. That first one would be One Earth. Okay, One Earth.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
Big yikes. One Earth, KuCoin, very little data. Got listed maybe November of last year. Yep, around Thanksgiving. And it caught a reaction off this low from December 25th. Merry Christmas. But I don't, I get it. Oh, it's a bullish bat, dude. Yeah, sure, it reacted. Absolutely. I mean, you could paint it. The bullish bat, undeniable, right? And here it is. Wow, even on One Earth coin, they exist, right? Little shallow on C, actually. I don't even know if that's valid, but either way, an 886 occurred. You even fell below it because it's bull crap, but around that 886, at support kind of, you held and you rallied, but you just regarded the 200 moving average as resistance. And I don't been really weak. It's very, very weak. I don't see there was bullish divergence. Certainly like a low, and then your lower low, your lowest low, and then you rallied, reacted really well. Type 1. Maybe you're going for type 2. You see 81 cents is the cutoff. Like falling below that, you'll probably see 5.8 cents. Like for real. So I guess you could be looking for a type 2 around there, but there's so many coins out there. Why mess with this? Sure, if the sentiment's good, if the macro was playing ball, when it's not, like Bitcoin's in a downtrend. Okay, so it's just like these patterns and uptrends and bull trends, absolutely, they eventually usher in complete cycle reversals. Yeah, they do that when the market conditions are right. But we don't have those. We have bearish market conditions, uncertain market conditions. It really hard to say if this would play out, right? Because what happens if Bitcoin dumps, and sees like 33K again or 30K again? This will fail. You will see all-time lows. You'll go down to this little scrub open, 3.5 tenths of 1 cent. You'll see that down there. Bitcoin dumps. But yeah, if you had Bitcoin playing ball, Bitcoin's going to keep around. This could very well be a bottom area. It's up still like almost 11% today. But yeah. Thanks for the 700 people tuned in on the weekend. I can't believe y'all are here, man. We got 20 minutes till your daily candle closes, kind of while we're here, right? Do some market updates and hang out for some Jesus chimes. FTM for Nick. Down 2.43%. Very bad bearish engulfing candle in development. Very weak price action, man. What was your question, though? Is 141 still in the cards? Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. 141 in the cards? Yeah. It'd be like 150 first. But, I think in the cards, 187 again. Like, you can test it. Like, this is very bad. I don't know. It's like higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, lows. But something's changed. Like something you one time, two times. But it's really the one time, two times. You go the daily, you go the weekly. It's bearish. It's like it's over. Like the confirmation is in. Like like 1 day, 1 hour until this bearish engulfing candle is confirmed with some follow through. The negative momentum's begun to build. Certainly, look at this, man. Like, do you really want to be playing ball with an asset that appreciated 1,000+% in 200 days or whatever, and is showing just such severe, massive bearish divergence on the most significant time scale, pretty much? I'd just be really cautious. Those are bearish things all at the same time, right? It's like buyer exhaustion with the bearish engulfing candle, which is like the signal that it's reversing, the close and reverse, it's like over. Yeah, I think there could be a massive downside on this one in time. It just these are not the things you want to see. Like if you flip the chart over, and you saw a massive bullish engulfing candle with bullish divergence on both oscillators in the weekly, yeah, that's amazing. That's like a signal that there could be a major reversal coming, a new wave. The wave will be bullish here because it'd be rallying, right? But that's just no, it's inverse. It's not good. These are not actionable areas for long. And it could be just the beginning.
Use weekly 886 now 786. Hype.
We'll look at EWZ too. Come on. All right. So yeah, FTM was amazing, but signaling, I mean, market participants kind of signaling that it's over for a while. Sorry, dude. No offense to your S coin that is now just very, very weak, confirming lower highs in the previous highs. What was once a resistance, from October is now resistance again. Momentum, things have changed, right? You're not other side of the fence now. D's is not a thing, dude. Hot Carl. D's is not an actual ticker. I know what the joke was, but I literally thought it really... I don't know how D's is not real. Like, I don't know how it's not an actual scam coin or something. It's nothing, unfortunately. But I do appreciate the contribution, dude. Support the stream. 100% crowdsource. Let's go. KCS, KuCoin. Connect. Sure, faring like BNB. Man, it never got to the 886. But dang, dude, if it didn't hold that support extremely well, that's awesome, man. Look, the $15 zone, you know, between, you know, look at that May 1st and July 7th and September 8th. It was resistance every time. And recently, for the first time in history, it has been regarded, that $15 area has been regarded as some sort of support. Love the spring back test of spring. That's some seriously nice price action right there, isn't it? That stuff, man, I mean, it could vary. I mean, where's it going? There's not much resistance looking left. I guess it's going to test 1784. Maybe this wick right here is B point, and it's another low from January 10th, and it could also run to $19, $20. But yeah, it's happening. It's playing out. But again, high volume on the dump, and then just lower volume, I think, on the rally. It could very well be doing some sort of bearish bat, like the idea of like we had it for Ethereum, whichever one, man. Yeah, that's fine. 886 would take you to dang, you know, $20. Right, stuff like that can happen. You just gotta wave. You caught, you know, it felt low enough a couple times to stop anyone out, but then it was like once it rallied, man, that just January 26th, 2 days ago, that was awesome. Really cool price action to see. Perfect spring back test, and just rallied very well off that spring back test, you know, from its bottom to now. KuCoin's up 16% in 2 days, or we're going on 3 days. Well, yeah, the wave could be running more. You know, you could be going a little bit higher, and it wouldn't be that weird. But in actuality, I don't really. I mean, it doesn't make me feel very good, dude, to see in a downtrend that is confirmed. You are in a confirmed downtrend on KuCoin. You are showing me almost like a rising wedge. I don't like that. I think that's bearish. I think this is like got more downside, and I think you would probably see 1150 in time. I just don't like it, man. Like, it's like, yeah, guess what happens at these levels? You get massively oversold. I'm talking KuCoin on the 4 hour alone saw the lowest RSI since November of 2020. I mean, you get nuclear, you're probably not going to be able to sell off to $10 to the next support. Right? It's exhausted. You're just overcooked, really. Overheated. Not exhausted, just overheated. And so those have to reset. And it did. It did reset. Oh, but that doesn't mean the trend's reversing to bullish. That just means you're showing bearish consolidation, nice rally up, and eventually will top out after making a lower high than $21. And then you'll start dumping again, and this bearish pattern will probably outperform. And you eventually will see $11.50, $12. Okay? I'm not sold on KuCoin. I don't think you can be really that bullish yet. There's no indication of being bullish. The trend is clearly bearish. The buying climax was December 1st, and ever since then, it's lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. It's setting up for lower prices again. Sorry, dude. Okay, next request for Valley Vet. Avant brands. Dude, no thanks, man. I don't like, oh god, is it a harmonic, dude? Who cares? Like, look at it, man. It IPO'd in July of last year. It's the whole chart's just a downtrend, dude. I was just like, what do you do here? Like, what am I even? Look at that failure. Oh, it's a pretty freaking well-respected channel. Forget the little ICO dump pump. Look at that, man. That's pretty solid. Pretty solid little channel. The whole life of it's a channel. A downtrend. I like the Heartline. Yeah, I mean, you could probably get an equidistant channel out and it looks pretty good. Let's mess with the equidistant. We don't do it that much.
Climate
but,
PLS, can you take a look at DRH stock?
Touch. So anonymous, dude. Thanks for 20. Yeah, we'll look at DRH. Yes, absolutely. Which, love that as a bearish. Here you go, man. It's a beautiful little downtrend. You failed once again to break the supply line twice. You've dumped. Now you're making a lower high. You made a lower high than previous high. You're in a downtrend, right? So it's like, congrats on your higher low here because of maybe an M-shaped resolution. But until you break the supply line, until you break 30 cents, it's a scrub. It's a loser. No, never buy. Never has been, never will be. All right, it's terrible. Here are your horizontal lines. All right, your inflection point: 17.7 cents, 30 cents, 38.5 cents. That's it, man. I can't do much more than this. Okay, downtrend. Downtrend. All right, this next one, you know, when you feel it, or when you touch it, it feels like a bag of sand to the US dollar tether that I don't think is done. I don't think it's done selling off. I think it's a nice reflexive rally. It will eventually end up making a lower high than 518 and will continue its downtrend for a full reset eventually to much lower levels. Sorry, you're in a well-established channel. You're correcting. Right? You're correcting in these cryptos, most all of them, all the time. Even in 2017, before the bubble pop. Like, there was before the bubble, altcoins had really nice runs. And then, like, right before, leading up to the bubble, they all reset, like, 88 to 90% drawdowns before they actually went to insane, psycho, thousands of percent up. Way off, like, when it reset, you know, like... So to me, it's like, I think this has more downside. Like, you just look at it, it's like, this isn't normally where assets majorly reverse, even from this low, which is probably even non-conservative. Look at it, 786, you know, 786, 213, and 886 is like 120, much closer to reasonable levels where there might be, I mean, that's where value is going to be perceived. It's not up here, man. Not up here. I don't like see anything about this. It's just like, oh, I can't wait to own this asset. Nah. It's got further to fall, and it's just making a rally, and we'll probably see lower prices. And dude, like, look how much work you have to do before you even break a supply line of the downtrend you're in. Yeah, it's like, no thanks, man. Nope. Not gonna induce me to buy this crap. You had your chance, dude. You had your freaking chance. When the momentum was bullish, when the bullish patterns were presenting themselves, when you were breaking resistance and back testing as support, then inverse head and shoulders were happening at inflection points. Momentum, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. We can look for bullish patterns and bullish trends. We don't have a bullish trend anymore. We're at lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Okay, so let's look for bearish stuff. Okay, well, it's kind of bearish consolidation right now. Sorry about your S coin. Let's go to VR8. Veracity. Just miserable asset. I mean, just doing the full reset again, like, right? Isn't it just doing what like all the others are doing, like full reset? I don't even think it's quite at the full reset yet. I mean, like, you go from the July low to the all-time high. You're right around the 886, but the context is pretty crap because if you look left, I think you're where's the support? You know, like, it's, I think you're below it. Yeah, like candle high close from March. You're lower than that. You're lower. You're below the inflection zone. Look at the divergence. How it failed. So, like, it actually played out to just make a lower high and then dumped again. Bear trend conditions. Bearish conditions. your extremely bullish indicators that should usher in absolute massive rallies and new waves up did that. Underperformed like that. That's the trend. That's your life now on VRA. Bearish until something changes. Just skating along oversold territory and just below support resistance, so you need to be above. I know, man. Like, just can you imagine a world where VRA does something bullish and while Bitcoin dumps? There is no world where VRA does that while Bitcoin literally collapses. So yeah, no thanks, dude. I get it though. It's near an 886. That's just not good enough. I think it could go lower because it's VRA. Like, we could paint a harmonic if you wanted. If you really wanted to see it, I guess we could. But it doesn't mean it's time to take action. I mean, you could look at it maybe like a shark. It's so shallow there. You know, I mean, that's your 886, you know. So let's see what kind of reaction we get around here. It's not actionable, is it? Because there's no confirmation levels, but you know, I could see on the daily on Veracity kind of like that a little bit. It's like trying to downslope consolidation. There could be resolution soon, nearing that apex. But yeah, I just don't like the way the MACD RSI are really just not looking that great. But yeah, anytime you get to 886s, you can catch reactions. Doesn't mean you will. It just means it's happened like, you know, over 100 plus years, man. You hit those deep retraces like that.
The daily has more info on $. The company switched names when the 4 hours starts.
Oh, okay, Belly Bet. Thanks for 420, dude. Thanks for the 420, dude. What's up, Solta? Dubious speculation? What are you talking about? Dude, Benjamin Koa, man, why do you never like follow me back on Twitter, dude? Well, I thought we were gonna be friends, you know? You'd come in my chat and we talk and come on, man. I was just like, thought we would, you know, be friends in the downtrend. So anyway, AVBT, we'll get to that. Let's look at DRH. No, let's look at EWZ, the next request on the list. EWZ. EWZ though, that's like Brazil ETF. Are you sure? No, it's not. There's no S coin of Visa. You just wanted to see the Brazil chart, Brazil ETF. Okay, you said the weekly. The weekly 886. You followed me, dude. You might have followed one of my imposters, right? No Kappa. Oh my god, he followed me. Alright, you're followed back, dude. When are we doing a collab? When do you want to come on? Let's hang out, dude. And talk about this. There's Hopium, dude. There's Hopium, right? Like, talking earlier on the stream about Bitcoin breaking that RSI daily downtrend. But that's just like... It's like how it looks at the beginning if things do eventually shape up okay. But, I just don't think there's enough quite yet. Data. Let me get through these requests and we'll go back to Bitcoin. But like, you know, I don't think anyone wants to see on a Saturday the Brazil ETF at an 886. It did. It hit an 886. Massive kind of underperformance though. Right? No, you didn't even really hit the 886. But you're talking about this 886 too, aren't you? I mean, sure. I don't know about Brazil, dude. Like, it's not a formal harmonic like textbook because the tops are too perfect. All right, it's like too perfect. You need a 113 discrepancy from A or C, right? And yes, the 886, right? The nice reaction. I mean, you certainly did it, right? Nice. And it's really cool because it's a spring back test of spring from 2000. Why are you not requesting this asset in March of 2020, the COVID crash? Because it did exactly what Ford Motors did in certain ways. Or it back tested the spring, the decade large spring. So you've rallied, sold off. I don't know, man. Like, you're not really, are you at an inflection point really? Not anymore. I guess 26.68. If this holds, then maybe you run up to $46, $48. But it's not at like really nice. Oh, look, dude, here, I'll tell you this about Brazil ETF. your cutoff most likely is going to be just below 26.79 if you were going to do something with this, man. I'm not saying you should take action on it. I'm just saying, like, that's the level, right? You cut off because if you don't hold that for $26, you're going to $20. That means you would lose if you fall below the level you just pivoted off of. You lose 22% of your value. You can't afford that. So you would just be out if you were going to do something. This is you putting a gun to my head, telling me, like, hey, or asking me, where should I buy? What should I do? It is, you know, deep value areas reacted. Great. Let's move on, dude. DRH, yeah. I mean, I don't like care if you had a rally, dude, like on the stock market on Friday. This is so bearish, man. Like, this is such a bearish trend. Like, it's such a bearish setup. For, you know, it's setting up for such lower prices. Okay. Like, the trends certainly, like, downtrending, right? 2007 was your top, and then you rally. 2014, substantially lower highs, previous high. You sell off. Then what happens? Another lower high than the previous high. Then lower high. Then actually marginally lower high than previous highs. And to make or form the bearish bat, type 1 return, sell off. Rally, type 2 return. What I love, what I think is so cool about this one is the fact that you up thrusted through the supply line. You failed. But then you actually rallied to pretty much, you up thrusted and then you back tested the up thrust, which is literally the inverse of the spring back test of spring. So you can clearly see the distribution continues after confirming a top in a downtrend that is undeniable. So nothing's certain, but it seems very probable for lower risk areas to take a short for much lower prices. That's the argument on DRH, and that's why the trade setup is what it is. That's why it was posted, because it's bearish as F. Like, if you flip this chart over, this could be an amazing opportunity for long, because you're in a long-term uptrend, only showing accumulation, confirming a bottom, springing back test of a spring. Oh, it's on, dude. Let's see this thing moon to 632 and then maybe eventually 236 again. Yeah. Oh wait, it was opposite day. So yeah, bearish. There's your DRH. So Ben, I guess people are TTSing and they're communicating with you. I don't know what any of that. What do you mean? No bull market support here? Support bands? I don't know what you mean, dude. Oh, Joe, you and man. Almost done with these requests. We'll go back to Bitcoin because we got. Oh, it's about time to go to Bitcoin anyway. So it is your local on the 8s. Okay.
No bull market support band here, Ben. Here you learn how to respect them.
Back to Bitcoin. Let's go to the daily, though. The daily, because of the occurrence that could be confirmed.
Can you look at some downside targets for the dollar SPY stock?
Here it is.
Got
Maybe?
puts on F. In the words of Elon,
see it?
Canadian truckers rule. Hashtag Freedom Convoy
5
2022
seconds.
smile.
3, 2, 1. Jesus chimes.
No bull market support band here, Ben.
You technically did it,
learn
man.
How to respect the.
You did it. There's now a daily
Can you
close
look at some
confirmation, at
downside
least,
targets for the dollar SPY stock? Got
that
puts
the
on F.
RSI breakout
In the
has happened.
words of Elon,
Right, you come back, test it.
Canadian
It could fail
truckers
too,
rule.
but I'm just
Hashtag
pointing it out.
Freedom
This was the
Convoy
all-time high. No,
2022
not
smile.
even the all-time high. Goodness, it was the second all-time high. Whatever. It was your first time hitting that.
Since
you know,
we're
breaching
having
the
fun
old
showing
all-time high.
shorting
And then
and bearish
the attempted rally
opportunities, let's
failure.
look at the exciting
You're
S-Coin
already
TRX.
downtrending. So multi-month.
Thanks again.
Is that a joint?
So back, I'll leave. Thanks for 420. Thanks for the contributions. Dang, dude, tip jar is already full on a Saturday. You kidding me, man? Thank you, dude.
Thanks again.
So,
Is that a joint?
wow, double tip, same thing. I mean, that's not a duplicate. That's actually thanks for the 840, dude. All right, so that happened. You're building positive Momo again on the daily. It's your hopium. It's like your hopium smoking pipe on the weekend. Wow, we did it, man. So cool, but it just And you did, let's see, did you make a higher? You technically, wow, barely made a higher, your highest 4-hour candle close of the entire rally since you bottomed out at $33,000. That's the highest on a Saturday. We did it, man. And then you go to the 60-minute that is really like insignificant, but a really cool channel. This Heartline has been extremely well respected. I just love that. I think that's so freaking cool. It's been support, and then resistance the whole way, and it's still been unable to break it. And just think about it, if you did break that Heartline, what could happen? You could see the top again, which is like 41,000-ish, you know? So that's, you got that going for you. At the same time, you keep failing like that, you can see the bottom. You can see the 36.6, the bottom of the channel. Again, not significant, but after impulse is down, chat, like that, and there's high volume, that's just not like the greatest like events that could be occurring. There could be probably better things going on than just this slow, methodical, low volume rally. TDS camera, because I don't even know, like, oh, Nefari, 6 or 20, dude. It's just literally, and Jeffrey, thank y'all for multiple. Why is it doubling? Why is now the TTS is like, maybe it is doubling up. I don't know. I don't think y'all are tipping twice. So dumb, dude. Thanks, Stream Elements, for sucking again. Always got problems. So, let's see. Get back those requests. But, I mean, like, I've reiterated Bitcoin's analysis already, and I tweeted about it today, too. So, let's go to... You said there was more data on something. Oh, on like the daily? Oh, I got you, dude. I got you. Well, it's kind of interesting. I mean, like, with that weird, the way, like, the data didn't exist when we look at the 60-minute 4-hour, it's still pretty well respected. I mean, that's a pretty awesome channel. Been in downtrend since the buying climax. And, I don't see much support here, like, really at all. I get it. You're talking about NIM shape, talking about value areas, low to high. You're not even at the 886. You haven't touched it. 15 cents was your 886. If you're at 20 cents and the 886 is 15 cents, that means you have lower to go. It's cool the 886 lines up with a peak from June of 2020, though. So, still in a downtrend, man. Still in a downtrend, and the oscillators look not very good. I don't see anything that looks intriguing at all about the oscillators. So just, yeah, you're getting to potentially value perceived areas. That's it. No action to take. And then SPY, the S&P 500, the spider. From Jeffrey requesting this. He says, what is what in the butt? Downside targets on the spider. Well, I mean, I think we're gonna rally probably first. Catch reflex rally. Let's look for that lower high before we can start being Chicken Little and saying the bull market's over, right? Let's do that. But your downside targets, that's pretty easy. I think you would just use Fibonacci. Whoops, gosh dang it, hold on. You would use your Fibonacci, you would anchor from the COVID crash low to the all-time high. And you can clearly see that the S&P, or the spider, has not even technically achieved a 23% retrace at 418.57. Very close. I think at some point you will see that. And maybe that's just right around the area where it's reacting. But anytime you have retraces based on traditional markets, you have the golden zone. The golden zone's between the 382 and the 618. So, I mean, like, your first target breaching 420, I think, would be 380, just based on Fibonacci. Not very strong of an argument, because when you anchor with your Fibonacci, you're always looking for a confluence of critical support or resistance from history. If you look at the 382, there's nothing here. It doesn't really make much sense. What makes more sense, though, is the 50% retrace, where you have like a peak and reversal from August 2020 and another peak from October of 2020. Like, That makes some sense. And really, even the COVID crash, or before, just leading up the COVID crash, you have like 339. These are all reasonable areas to think the S&P could be retracing to, and it's not weird at all. If you break this 420, 418 level, okay? After that, we'll talk. I'll be here. We don't need to worry about targets below that, because by then, I'm sure we all have a lot of concerns. But just remember, it's like, forget the SPY. Let's go to the SPX for a second. Just understand, same thing here, right? And this is the one I look at. I don't look at the SPY. I look at the SPX. And same thing, golden zone. And here you go. 3,330, 3,386. I think that's probably your reasonable levels. Here's the thing, though. The mean of the uptrend that has been going on since the COVID crash, since the global financial crisis low, the nadir, you can clearly see how far away you are from it. Like, you got really far away from it right before the COVID crash, and you went and blasted through it, but then V-shaped, you know, there was intervention from the Fed and central banks. It was serious collapse going on, and thank God they did, because that was broken. But there were levels like of clear support from 2015, or you held that and you rallied off of it. But here's the issue. It's like, there is no support anywhere close to you. Nothing makes any sense based on technicals of a support on the S&P 500 until extremely lower prices. Like much, much lower prices, talking at least around 3,400. But that's just one. That's like one peak. We're talking the stronger support is around 3,000, around 2872 to 2940. The peaks from 2018, right? That's like strong, and that is where your demand line is. It, again, goes back 12 years. That's it. That's your SPY. You know. Oh, you want to look at Tron? Yeah, we can look at Tron, Nefarious, sure. The Tron, I mean, yeah, hey, it reacted. Finally did something. It implied, like the chart implied, like the daily implied a reversal coming for a reaction. The 886, it was at those value perceived areas. It's begun, kind of.
How's it
had
going,
a good day
Rich?
yesterday.
Can you check out Grimace Coin? THX.
Grimace Coin, dude. Yeah, let's look at Grimace Coin. Didn't we talk about when I was drunk the other day about Grimace Coin is like what all North Americans, or like the majority of North Americans, look like now? That was like their modeled, engineered society. Get wrecked. It's Grimace Coin. Okay, so yeah, this is beautiful. This one and H-bar are like two of the prettiest looking charts right now for harmonics. Excuse me, my throat's drying out. Yeah, reaction here with the divergence. Hold up, dude, I gotta get some water. Hold on, 2 seconds. Okay, all right, we're good. So there's nothing to talk about. I think you could very well, this is where reactions occur. What are reactions? Reactions are normally when assets from the harmonic high to its low, when it pivots, sees a 38% retrace. Minimum 382. If you don't get there, it's probably not the reaction. So using that Fibonacci, you would say from there, it could very well go and see 7.9 cents. But that doesn't mean, oh, it's time to buy. It's a very real resistance where it could certainly pull back. You'd be looking in time on the daily for a second test, the type 2 return, and then the more massive rally comes normally after that. That's your Tron. Okay? We want that. We may not get it, but that's what we covet. We want the most actionable trades ever, right? All right. Tron, and then Grimace coin. Dude, if it's not on TradingView, I literally can't, Tom. So if you want like an actual asset for me to look at, I will. Just say it in the chat. I don't look Grimace coin, dude. I just don't. All right, watch this. If I do this and it doesn't show up, oh, it's there-ish. Oh my God, it's to wrapped ether. We'll look at the wrapped ether pair, whatever. If you want, man. Sorry, dude. There's no data, so what do you want me to do? We'll go to 60 minute. Wow, dude, what a winner. Holy crap, man. This is the craziest chart I've ever seen in my entire life, man. It's like no one even sold it. And it just gaps down. No one sells. No one buys or sells. You know what that means, right? When a candle looks like that, that means no one bought it and no one sold it in that session. That's 60 minutes of trading. No one bought or sold. But it still gaps down on the next hour and the next hour. And what the... No thanks, dude. You requested it, so here it is on the chart, kind of. So, yikes. Big yikes, dude. But that was, in fact, your last request. That met the minimum criteria. So, just going back to see. Cool to have Benjamin Cohen in here again on the weekend. Hopefully, we can have a powwow discussion, you know. And I want to see what he has to say about it, you know, at some point. So. Back at that 60 minute on Bitcoin. We're beginning to rally, man. I mean, it's such a nice channel, dude. I love that channel. So, man, that's it. I mean, you know, I've been live for an hour and 15 minutes or so. You know, hopefully on the new day, the rally can continue with that. You know, the big takeaway from the close today was this. That is a... you know, kind of a...
Look here! Look, listen!
Type situation, you know? Where you did break out.
Can we look at a hot and juicy coin? Kappa.
Is that a joint?
Hot and juicy redhead named Wendy Batson. Sure, we'll look at it. Thanks, man. No, we didn't do Adam yet. Adam, that was kind of like, what's going on with Adam?
Can we look at a hot and juicy coin? Kappa.
Why does it duplicate? I don't know why it's doing this, dude. I can't make it not suck and not mess up. I can't help that, dude. And it doesn't even do it on every tip. It's just happening. Yeah, we'll look at Adam.
Atom, or did we do
Adam,
it already?
Not very, very disappointing close. But still above the 200, still above the support. I get it, man. It's almost like FTM. It is outperforming everything, you know, but and maybe it's over. Maybe it's confirmed the top's in. But, you know, at the same time, that is pretty cool. I mean, it is a cool look to see. I want to know, like, it could fail and very well would be okay. It would make sense if it failed because it's something far greater context going on where it's like on weekly time scales you've ended it. It's over. The trend is reversing. I get that. That's what the second top was. But just in case that isn't over, maybe you go one more time. Maybe you rally to a higher high just one more time. But like if you do hold this support zone, and you have shown the textbook harmonic. I mean, you know, so Bartley, you did a type 1, you did a type 2, but on the type 2 there was seller exhaustion. Like there's clear bullish divergence on the second low at a critical inflection point. I mean, those are some good variables. Really disappointed in seeing this 4-hour engulfing candle. It's still valid, but barely, and there's just no one buying it. So, and that's the whole thing, right? That's the whole like, yeah, it's like topped out on the daily and weekly. It's done, and it's not going. This will not perform or play out. It will fail. It will go to make a deeper reset. It'll go from this low to high and go to a 2286, right? I mean, you're 618 right now and not catching really any bids. Like this is this is how you know, okay? If this fails, right, where in bullish conditions, this would go insane. This would go to all-time highs in bullish conditions, truly bullish conditions, where the macro is going, well, Bitcoin's doing all right, it's making higher highs, higher lows over time. That's where these things perform. When or if this fails, you know it's done for a while. It will go into a correction that will probably last for months, man. Yep. I'm talking if this fails here, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see if Atom goes to like $15.76 or $12. Yep. Like, I'm thinking that would be where you're going. So just pay attention. If you're extremely bullish patterns and bullish indicators and at critical levels, even in an uptrend, if they start failing, that's when you know there is a rat. That's when you know the trend is reversing. When your bullish stuff starts failing you. When it was so reliable before. Dude, it was so reliable on the way up. M shapes, double bottoms, you know, triple bottoms, harmonics, all the whole time down here. And then all of a sudden they just stop. That's it.
Can
and
we
it's
take a
because
look at
you go to the
MTT?
daily, weekly, market participants have confirmed the top is in. That's it. Okay. What's up, Shreddy? Yeah, dude, we'll look at that right now. MDT, I mean, it hit a support of some sort. I actually have some data on this. We got a nice buying climax, you know, and nice how, like, look, the resistance, all these resistances and supports. It became support again. They spring back test a spring. You might be confirming a bottom, like, you know, for a while. But again, like, just because you do that, you make the higher low, you confirm the bottom, you have divergence, you rally, and what happens? Well, so far, all it's done is underperformed and made a lower high than your previous highs. So the correction could continue. Look, think about it. Right here, a buying climax for the ages. And then one that was even better, right? When the buying climax
Is there a
happens,
bullish divergence going on the 1 week?
you
of
went into a
BTC?
correction that lasted for 100 days, right? Buying climax occurred. Think you did.
Is there a
Buying
bullish
climax occurred.
divergence going on the 1 week
34
of
days.
BTC?
You enter a correction. There's a lot longer probably this could remain in a downtrend. Wherever it rallies, it's going to make a lower high than previous high and make lower lows. And I'm thinking like eventually 88% retrace from this low from July. Like I'm thinking like eventually like 4 cents. And then we're talking like 2.7 cents down here. I mean, yeah, but it is reacting because there's probably demand there. There was demand and limit orders, and so it's held for now. But it's not. It's like, okay, you hold, but what's the next event? What's the next thing that occurs? Well, you just make another lower high like a loser. Okay, you're still correcting. You're still in the downtrend. The downtrend is intact now, and that could very well continue. So yeah, I wouldn't touch MDT. I think dude, it's MDT. It is some S coin no one even knows exists. It's nothing. It doesn't do anything for anyone, right? It is a tool to maybe make money when conditions make sense, when it's making higher highs, higher lows consecutively over time. But when you have buying climaxes, you must give time. You must let these things fully reset and go to their 886s, 100%, and you're not even really close to it. So no. I wouldn't touch it, man. That's it. Big yikes. Is there bullish divergence on Bitcoin 1 week? I don't think so. No. There was bearish divergence, like severe bearish divergence, right? One peak and then one high and then the slightly higher high with lower levels on the oscillators. Impending price action reversal, and the bearish engulfing candle was I guess the signal when it was over, and you haven't done anything but dump pretty bad since then. No, how could you say there's bullish divergence when you haven't even made technically a lower candle close than your low from July 12th? When you fall below that or you go to that level and close at that level, then you can start talking about a potential argument for classic bullish divergence. But until you start seeing waning negative momentum, you can't. No, you can't. No, there is no argument right now. I mean, you don't want to think Bitcoin needs to close the week above 39K if you want any kind of hope, and that's not even really good enough. So, no, man, don't get ahead of yourself. Like we got a couple hopium variables. That's it on the daily. There's nothing on weekly really yet saying anything. I would just, but we got an 886 retrace. We got the RSI kind of downtrend breakout. And you got some positive momentum now building on the histogram again on the daily. That's it. Weekly is not really your friend yet. This is just so methodical, so downtrending still. But cool story here. This is the cool story. Sorry, just looking. All right. Well, I guess we're good, man. I just wanted to, make sure the light's on, dude. Right? A little clarity, a little change in things on a lonely, quiet, subtle Saturday. No one's thinking about Bitcoin, really. No one's talking. But these things happened. And just remember, it's happened before. It was an 8-month plus downtrend where you tested and failed a bunch in July. But then eventually you broke it. You broke the RSI downtrend. And that began from 30K to 69K eventually. So it's always possible, man. Just point it out. All right, so I'll leave y'all to it. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. And I'll just be back. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Whoops. And perfect time. The set ended. Jeez. I'll just end it again with this. So, until next time, respect the T. A.
Is that a joint?
It should feel good on the 3-day chart for BTC.
And 3 days. Oh, maybe hidden bullish divergence. You're holding a 3-day 200 simple moving average at least. You got that, but that's kind of it. Thanks, dude.
Some is good, some is bad, but they all created equal. Ain't about the age or the size or the color, it's the personalities of my sisters or my brothers living life to the fullest, cause there ain't no sequels. Everyday life, this is everyday people. Everyday life, this is everyday people. Everyday life, life.
Tomorrow, but tomorrow's never promised. Gotta keep pushing like my momentum's never stopping. No one ever gave me nothing, no one's gonna give it to you. Nowadays, people looking at you like they never knew you. In your time of need, looking at you like some bad weed. Let me plant a seed and watch it grow, and it's good to you in the neighborhood where it's understood. You could take a path up to no good, to rise up like you know you should. Man, I know you could, but you shut it down. Hanging on the line of hate, boy, let me cut it down. Whatever for you clowns, got no time for your emotions. I'll be blazing in the box, 3-wheel motion. On the west coast, finger flying at the president. Never hesitant, speaking my mind, take the medicine. On the mic, better turn up the speaker, talking.
Everyday life, this is everyday people. Yeah, everyday life, this is everyday people. You're my brother G, why don't you tell them what you see?
There's homeless people with cardboard signs, sharply designed, trying to put the best behind like every homeless veteran. God bless all Americans, give me some more cheddar so I could be a better man. Let's hope if you're born into it or if you win the lottery, the odds are stacked against you. I guess that's how it's gotta be. Some people getting richer, some people getting desperate. When we need more unity, the people getting separate. You can pull up some, but you can't pull them all. your back's against the wall.
Everyday people got to struggle in this jungle. Everyday people got to struggle in this jungle of life.
Everyday life, this is everyday people.
I can't take this anymore.
Everyday people.
I have overinvested by a lot. Can devs do something?
Yeah.